So today's Cusco's first day at Halloween Horror Nights, and he did really well, better than we thought he would do.
Yeah, so pretty much we started off by going to the least scary area where it's just loud music because he's already used to that from Disney.
Do your backs. Do not. Put him in the light. Good boy, Cusco. Good boy. Yeah. A stick for him. Look, Max, touch. Come touch. Touch. Good boy. Look, come touch. Jackson, come touch. Good boy. Good boy. Jackson, look, come touch. Touch. Good boy. Good boy, Bubby.
So then after that, when we knew he was fine, we're doing sits, downs, confidence building. Then we moved on to scarier things like characters on stilts or characters getting on the ground in front of him.
Good boy, Max. Good boy. Good boy. Here. Good boy, Cusco. And we did most of this from far away, and then we'd start to work our way up once he felt comfortable and was excited to like play. And
so starting from all the way in the back and working our way up, we eventually got to the point where a scare actor would give Cusco treats out of his own hand.
United we purge, ladies and gentlemen. That's right, huddle together, hold each other tightly. Yes, I see.
So we started way back and then got all the way to the middle of the scare zone where all of them were, and they wanted to help, so...
Yeah, and we would just sit on benches for him to get used to it also.
Just to watch all the scare actors scare other people before we brought him in, so that he can know that the screaming and the people who run away and the sound effects, it's nothing. It's not a big deal. They're all noises that he's heard before. He's heard screams, he's heard chainsaws and microphones, he's seen people running. So when you think about this event, it's not like, oh, it's so scary, it's a whole new level of exposure for your service dog. I mean, it's really not. Just a bunch of different real life situations are coming together in one spot. And that may seem overstimulating, but when you take it one step at a time and you have a process for each thing to cover, like we have a process for costumes, we have a process for chainsaws, for fog machines, anything you could think of, we have something that will set them up to be able to work toward it.
Prior to getting here.
Yes, exactly. We know what we're gonna do. We do this enough times to know where to go and what to do, what is safe enough, what's gonna trigger who. We know everything about the dog, everything about the dog's body language, and
everything about Halloween Horror Nights.
Yes, everything.
Pretty much.
We have already come without the dogs in training, gone through the houses, gone through the scare zones, just to get a feel of everything and what they can and can't handle, and what we are going to have to work on either at home or in the scare zones before it can get to that level. Well, the Instagram poll right now is showing,
wow,
people want 51% of working with costumes and 49% want chainsaw and effects.
We can do that. We can do both.
So they're very close to tying, and I'm really curious of which one will win. But
what time do you want to win?
We can definitely, we'll probably check who's winning. It's 11:45. We'll wait until 12, and who's ever winning at that time will do the most practice with those things, and obviously record it because it's the things that everyone on Instagram voted that they wanted to see. So yeah. Anything else?
Yeah.
And here's our Halloween Horror Night break time, because you need butterbeer, obviously. And Cusco is somewhere.
He's over here.
There he is.
Hey, Cusco.
Happy boy. So yeah, we have a lot of clips from earlier that we are excited to show you guys how well Cusco did for his very first time in a scare zone, and by scare zone I mean like the intense one. Like we did like the smaller ones that was just music and dancing,
And
but
more
this
like
one,
people just dressing up without a lot of costume.
just like normal people with makeup. But he just went into his first real scare zones with masks, with props like knives
And chainsaws everywhere.
motorcycles, like trucks, and 50 chainsaws that go off at the same time.
And we'll
people
post that clip in a
running
minute.
around, people running and screaming, and they got a lot of pets because we do allow that only if they are showing that they're confident. If not, we would not allow pets because we would need to be not as close to the threshold. If they're not confident, then we need to take something back and go backwards, and something is bothering them. So in that case, we don't want people to pet them and let them know it's okay to be scared or upset. So remember, only petting when there's confidence and is completing tasks and commands.
The reason we do that is because we keep it completely positive environments. It can be scary for the dog. We want everything to be happy, as positive as possible. So anything that they love to do it now.
Think you can't make a chainsaw positive? Let me tell you that you absolutely can.
It took like
possible.
2 minutes for Cusco.
It's so
Barely.
easy. I know this is a very controversial subject of whether or not the dogs should even be here, but hopefully after everything that we're able to show you, it'll help you realize they are definitely more than capable of handling this environment.
victim. And let's start.
That's his hug. Saxon could not care less. It's like, okay.
Don't worry, my darling, this is only gonna hurt a lot. Alright, on the count of 3. 1, 2.
Let's go! Tail wheel.
So much fun. So with the function of this spacey young man and this pregnant young lady for your pleasure. Tonight, it's Pogo Night. Buy one,
You're a good
get
boy.
one free. So,
Let's go back. 850 over here. 850. Yes, thank you. You know what happens next. We put them in the truck for you, and you join them at the arena where you A sitting orbit. Oh.
to do your civic duty. And don't despair if you haven't got your own chainsaw or yours is not on its fit. But there's plenty more where these came from. Take them away. Now, in the spirit of the evening, and in support of our lovely young lady. Hello, my darling. You're the spirit of the purge. Yes, please congratulate our purge winner. Chocolate cake, many layers with thick frosting. And tonight,
There's not as much light there. Try to stay over here.
this our new celebrity, our youngest person. So proud of her. Stay close now.
Let's go, Gibbs.
My pleasure, Vietnam.
Thank you, buddy. Good job. Saxon got jealous.
As you should. But if you don't, tonight is the night that we celebrate this massive opportunity to us. By the family volunteer. You know this. They see that life and actually
Hi, Gustav. Yes, good boy, Cusco. One thing to add was while we were training with Cusco around a bunch of chainsaws, so the security guy comes up to Crystal and
he pretty much told me that the scare actors didn't like that we were training because it was taking away from their act, which is totally understandable, but he told me to leave the dogs in a down rather than doing like stuff with them and like training them. But the only way to get them comfortable is to do their favorite things, and we were having him do tasks like pick up his leash.
Yeah, it wasn't anything crazy. They were picking up their leash and they were healing rear end awareness.
Yeah.
That's it.
And I was doing a lot of backs, but I mean that's important, so.
But he said it's distracting and that they have to stay in a down.
Obviously dogs are going to be distracting and we can't help that. It's
Yep.
just a part of our training process, and it sucks that people are there, but we can't do anything about it.
Yeah, and this is the first person to say anything
Ever.
like this, and we come every year. Guess what? With dogs, guess what we do? We train. Like, nothing has changed.
Yeah.
So this was just really weird and caught us off guard, so
It's really confusing.
whatever.
So that's good.
Yeah. So this is how we begin the dogs seeing and hearing the chainsaw in real life, since they've only, like any other time they've seen it would be an audio clip. Here's one right here and here. And here are the pups being perfect.
Good boy. Oh, no. Cisco, here. Good boy. Good boy, Cisco. Got your leash. Cisco, got your leash. Good boy, yes.
Pick up your own.
Good boy. Good boy, Smash. Good boy, puppy. Come.
Jeez, like pretending I'm not even.
I know, literally. He's like pretending I'm not.
Take it!